I really want to be able to make music for people. Your songwriting, your melody, your song has to be the number one priority. I became an assistant director. Who did you assist? Mr. Aditya Chopra, Adi sir. I became a TV host. The first big episode we were on, Shah Rukh Khan was the guest, bro. I thought I was going to quit music. I by mistake sent an actor's shoes to Paris.
Are you a loser? Are you a freak? Do you need a lover? Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't bother me.
Welcome to Real Strugglers, where we talk to real actors and filmmakers about their struggles working in the chaotic world of films. Today we have actor, singer, performer, anchor. What else?
Sleep enthusiast.
Part-time nymphomaniac.
What? Part-time, huh?
You don't do it all the time. You just
Part-time.
Just doing something.
9 to 5.
You're just being a nympho. Taaruk Raina. I actually met Taaruk a couple of times. The first time I think I met you was at Hitesh's. Hitesh is another actor who acted with Taaruk in the musical Aladdin.
Yes.
And I met Taaruk for the first time at his Ganesh Chaturthi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has the best dosas, bro.
Bro, you can't say that to me, man.
I mean, okay, invite us. Like,
You'll have to come to Hyderabad for that.
see, that's the thing. He has the best dosas within 10 minutes
Of your residence.
of my house.
Okay, fine. Fair, I'll give you that.
Like, he calls a dosa guy.
Yeah, and they have that full stall right outside
Bro,
of the
there's
balcony.
like, it's just, I think I ate like 7 dosas that day.
And you know, when he invited me, that was the first thing he said. He said, bro, you love the dosa.
Yeah, bro, it's so good. And like, I had every kind. Like, I didn't even know. I lost track of what, like, like, there were some great names of those dosas.
Great names.
Like, yeah, some like super cheese and rainbow.
What's a rainbow dosa,
I have
dude?
no clue, bro. I have no clue whatsoever.
When you started off, did you want to be an actor? Like, I know you were in Australia for a bit.
Yeah, not at all, man. Like, the thought never crossed my mind in my life until I actually got a very random call for an audition. Like, I never even thought about, like, in the sense, it wasn't even a fleeting thought. Like, it was just like something that happened. I thought, okay, I have time. Let's try this.
Give it a shot.
Like, yeah, sure. Like, I was like 17 years old.
And what about music? Like,
I always wanted to do music.
like as a career?
I mean, yeah, I like music. Like, I dreamt of that. I just never thought it would happen. Like, I just didn't believe.
But why didn't you believe it?
I don't know, the dream seemed too big, man. Like, I mean, I was in a phase of my life where I wasn't really sure of anything. Like, you know, like, I was just one of those lost kids. Like, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do and why I wanted to do it. I always loved music. My dad used to be a singer, and
Oh, really?
yeah, and you know, like,
Did he teach you how to sing?
he didn't teach me how to sing, but I think I just picked it up.
You never trained in?
No.
No? Oh, okay. So just like by just practicing and doing it growing up? you
Yeah,
just-
I guess. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was in the 7th grade, I finally got the courage to audition for my school band. And you know, and I did that, and then they actually said, "Oh, you can sing," and I was like, "Oh," like, I mean, like, I always kind of assumed that, you know, because like my dad never said that I'm a bad singer, so I mean, you know, he was like, "Okay, good, great," but then I never really thought about going out there and actually auditioning for something and you know, like, and then that's when that started, and then I got on stage for the first time, and then I loved that. And then, you know, like 5-6 years I was doing that.
There was any issue with the first time you got on stage with confidence or like?
No, man, there wasn't like an issue because I was with a bunch of people. It wasn't just me alone. Like, it was a band, right? Like, so you have people to kind of like take care of you, fall back if something happens. So yeah, there was that psychological comfort. And I was too young to know
Okay.
I was too young to be scared.
Did you train in like at least music in production, or like did you learn musical theory or
Nothing. I'm really bad with musical theory, like music theory, and I'm not a producer. I mean, I kind of manage by making, like, kind of conveying my ideas to my producer. Like, I'll be like, okay, this is what I want, and it'll probably be like 20% or 10% of what I actually want.
okay?
Like, just to give them like okay, this is the kind of sound that I'm looking for, or like this is the kind of beat that I'm looking for, and this is the kind of, like, escalation I'm looking for here in this part.
When you do write a song, do you first do it on your guitar? Like, you figure it out on the guitar, your melody,
It's a bunch of things, yeah. Like,
before you take it to the producer? What do you do?
So ideally, I'd want to have a verse and a chorus.
Okay.
Before I go to a producer. I'd want to have a melody, a verse, and a chorus. Like, I want to have that, like, a 1.5 minute song,
Okay.
like, just on a guitar. And I feel like if it sounds good on just a guitar, it's going to sound great once it's produced.
Okay.
Your songwriting, your melody, your song has to be the number one priority.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you look at the greatest songs of all time, it's not like they have amazing, like, production on it, like,
Yeah, not necessarily. A lot of them are remastered many years later.
exactly, like, of course, everybody loves a great beat and everybody loves great production, but if you have a strong song and you have great production, then that's a great song.
Yeah. Who are your like major musical influences?
I mean, growing up, I really liked, I was like deep into rock music.
Yeah? Like what kind?
Dude, like, actually not even like just rock. Like, I used to be like a full-on Dream Theater listening.
Dream Theater is?
They're like a bunch of musical geniuses together in a band. They're like the Avengers of musicians in a band. I'm not kidding. They are.
So when were they around?
They're still around.
Okay. I mean, like, when was their peak?
I don't know if they had a peak, because these are people who have their own audience.
And you expected?
and yeah, I mean, but like, yeah, exactly. Like, they're such a big deal for me. Like, they used to be like, I think, they put out a few albums. Then those people formed another, like John Petrucci formed another band called G3.
Okay.
And it was like these are those really kind of genius, like next level musicians. But yeah, I mean, it was like, I used to listen to a lot of Metallica, Dream Theater.
Did you see Metallica live when they came to India?
No, bro, because apparently in Delhi they broke the stage. People broke the stage in.
Yeah, the same year I saw. I got them in Bangalore.
Nobody in Delhi helps their reputation, right? And then I just got really, like, I had a massive shift. I got really into pop music.
Okay.
Like, from listening to all of these, alternative kind of, oh my God, this is real music. I just got like, Timbaland just came out of nowhere. I was like, what is this, bro? Like, why can't I stop moving my head? I'm like, this is the jam. Like, after that, there was no looking back. Then I was like, pop is the scene.
How did all this play into like your influences of music? Like the rock, the pop?
So rock still kind of plays into like, not maybe like hard rock and metal and all of that, but ballads, power ballads, definitely. Like, I love power ballads. Like, I just love how they make you feel. I love crescendos. Like a song goes big and you feel like, oh man, like it's cathartic. Like,
you get that feeling.
Yeah,
which you can't really describe.
Yeah, like the last minute of Stairway to Heaven where you're just like elated as hell. Like, it's like, wow.
Yeah,
like, this is the perfect end. It's so much closure.
Correct.
Okay.
But every band has to evolve. Like, take Radiohead, for example. Radiohead hasn't had one consistent album with a genre.
100%.
Like,
100%.
They're electronic now at this point.
100%. Like, bro, I mean, these are still like massive. These are people who've done so many songs and they want to evolve. I've done like nothing. Yeah. And I want to do something new. Like, it is like how it goes. Like, I don't blame anybody for that. Like, you have to keep trying something new. Like, you know, I don't get we want the old Drake back and we want the old Eminem back.
Yeah.
No, that old Drake and old Eminem is great because it was that time.
Yeah.
And like, you can't ask a new person to make old music.
Yeah. In terms of the music you're making, do you get a say in the kind of music you make, or do you go by like what's trending?
No, bro. 100%. I make only the music I want to make.
And do you think you would be able to make music that other people want to make?
I really want to be able to. Like, I really want to be able to make music for people. See, I'm also learning as I go.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm this super trained musician who can just make whatever. Like, I take time, and I take time to make what I want. I take time to even convey what I want to, let's say, a producer, and, you know, to figure my way around things. Because I'm not technically superior. Like, you know, it's mostly just like ideas and, okay, I now know how to like structure things, but I'm still not the best at it. So to tailor make something for, you know, somebody, like, you give a requirement and you're like, you know, like, okay, cool, this is what we have to make. I still need to get good at that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm working on it. It's getting better. I've done a couple of things that are like that. Hopefully they should be half decent. You know, so, I mean, it's starting. But yeah, that's something I really want to do because that will enable me to see. You can't always write your own music, man.
Yeah.
You can't always compose your own stuff. Like, you need people to help.
Yeah, I mean, Elton John didn't write his own lyrics.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, it's
collaborative. Everything's collaborative, right?
Everything is collaborative, and like I am the first person to seek help if I need it, and I mostly always need it. Like, and I really believe that a single perspective doesn't do you justice.
Yeah.
Like, you might think that this is great, but, you know, if you get another person's perspective who, you know, could have a great input on it, you will just be able to extract so much out of that it'll just become 5 times better with someone's, like, and I'm not talking about opinions, I'm talking about people who can actually help you with that product or whatever.
Your singing career took off more after your acting career kind of like took off. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know if it's taken off yet, like, in the sense, like,
dude, like, you're on every Hindi playlist, literally on Spotify.
Yeah, but it's one song though, right? Right now, 2, 3, whatever. Like, you know, like, that's the thing. Like, you know, what I fear most is what if one day I'm just out of songs. Like, you know, for example, my song Kho Gaye, I didn't expect it to do what it did. You know, and I got really scared, like, at first. That, you know, maybe I'll never be able to make a song this successful. I don't know about good, but this successful, like, this big a hit. And that scared the living daylights out of me, that, oh man, like, I'm going to be the Vanilla Ice of, like,
Of Bombay.
of Bombay. But then I did another song and that was received decently. So I was like, okay, you know what? Okay.
But what about your solo stuff? Like, this was associated with
I mean, this was still solo, right? I mean, I wrote it, I composed it.
Correct, but it was associated to Mismatched.
Yeah. That actually gave.
But what was stuff you've done on your own?
So I had a song called Narazi that I did independently. And that was also, I mean, to be honest, like, I honestly think it was a massive leap for me in terms of songwriting. My friend Charan Singh Patania and we wrote that song together. And I thought that, you know, okay, like, I'm getting better at, like, emotions. Okay, I'm getting better at like saying what I want to say. And of course, it wasn't as big as a success as Kho Gaye, but it also wasn't in a Netflix show and all that.
Yeah. No, I mean, you did have something else pushing
but
it.
yeah, like, I was like, I'm extremely proud of that song because, like, I was just like, okay, you know, this is like meaningful music, and you know, we did this and we shot a video, and Rahul Datta, a friend of mine, his name is Starving Artist Films, he shot a beautiful video, and you know, it had Tanya Maniktala in it, and you know, I mean, I was lucky enough for her to agree to be in the video and all.
Did you approach her or?
I didn't. I called her randomly. Like I was so prepared that she'd say
no.
Like, who are you, bro? But she said, yeah, sure. I was like, wow, okay, amazing. So yeah, like that kind of worked out. It was a lot of work, but it worked out, and it's still doing decently.
And it will keep doing because it's on YouTube now.
Yeah, it's on
Spotify.
Yeah, it's on
everything.
Spotify and Apple and all of that stuff.
Do you get anxious before anything comes out that you've done?
I think it's my permanent state of mind these days.
Anxiety.
Like, in the sense, like not like I have anxiety kind of thing, like not like that, but I am, when it comes to music, I'm nervous about everything.
What about acting? See, I know you're not trained as an actor. You didn't want to be an actor. You want to be a musician at some point, and you just ended up in Bombay in the big bad world of like cinema.
No clue how that happened.
With zero training, and now you're a fucking OTT star.
OTTs, yeah, sure. I mean, what? I'll take what I can get because it came from expecting nothing out of it. So
yeah.
I mean, everything that I get, I'm just grateful for, and it's just a bonus. So acting, I grew to love.
Okay.
Like I love it now. Like I love being in front of the camera.
But what's your process like? Because like trained actors have a certain school of thought because they've come from training. Like, for someone who's not trained in acting, what was your training ground?
I have no idea what I'm doing, bro. Most of the time. Like, of course, the only thing I do is really prep my script. I just kind of visualize how like a character would be in my head as like a complete picture.
You base it on people you know?
No, man. I've never done that.
Okay.
I've never done it. Like I don't have many processes as such because I don't really have that that learning. I've only learnt on the job. I've only learnt on stage. One thing that did help me is that stage is a lot more daunting than camera, man.
You've done theatre. You've been associated with AK Various for a while now.
Absolutely. Like so like after doing something like Akarsh's plays and Aladdin. Being in front of a camera, I'm a lot more relaxed. Like on stage, it's
you fuck up like you can't. There's no retake in that shit,
bro. You've got to be like on point.
Yeah.
And this is not college theatre. This is not amateur theatre. This is professional theatre.
But did you do college theatre?
No.
School theatre?
Never. Never.
So straight to
nothing.
Straight to fucking the big stage with Disney.
I mean, no, before that, like,
you've probably did like Prithvi and like.
Yeah, man. Like, Prithvi is one of the hardest places to perform at.
Yeah, it's a 180-degree stage.
I mean, yeah, but also like you can hear the audience breathe. They're that close.
Yeah.
That's like like in terms of intimidation, that's the highest level. Like
really?
Yeah, man. You're here. Like you're here. The people are here. They're watching you like this.
Especially those guys in the corner. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So you can't drop for a second because even if you don't have lines, if you don't have anything, if you're idle, and that's the hardest part, right? When you don't have anything to do, how do you kind of be normal?
Yeah. You can't just stand
awkward?
stiff.
Yeah, you can't just be stiff. Even if you can stand still, but you can't be stiff. You can't be awkward. You have to be in it. You have to like breathe that way. Like kind of. So those things in Prithvi are hard. Like
so in theatre, like I've seen shows. I've seen the same play multiple times. On many occasions, and every time I watch it, there's something different that happens. And there's a lot of things that happen on stage that you can't predict. Like a prop may come late, or the lighting cue may come late, or an actor may tweak a line or forget a line. As an untrained actor, how do you deal with that? Have you like learned improv? Have you learned how to how do you stay in the zone?
I don't have an issue staying in the zone. Like I love improv.
Yeah?
I love it. Like in the sense I love when something happens and I have to deal with it. Like it's fun.
It is fun. Yeah.
It's fun because the moment that happens, your energy that's been depleting is back. Like, if that happens 45 minutes into a play, the next 45 is going to be like it's going to be because your mind is just back on.
Yeah,
You're
it's a
like,
line of
"Oh,
cocaine."
man." Yeah, and I mean, like, if that is what it's like, but like in the sense, it's like that. Like you know, you just kind of you're back. Like, okay, shit, I have to do this. So yeah, I love when something or the other happens in a play, and it always does.
Yeah.
Something has to happen. Something just, even if it's a person sneezing or on an important line. Sometimes
Has that
people have
happened?
really funny kinds of laughter.
I mean, you've probably done a lot of Aladdin shows because it was went out for a while, right?
Yeah.
But for you, like, I mean, what were your first few? Moved to Bombay, what, 10 years ago? 9 years ago?
9, I think.
And what were your first few years like over here?
Not bad, bro.
Bad.
I mean, in the sense, I didn't know what I was doing. There was a lot to figure out.
Did you have anyone like to guide you or help you out through it?
I did. I mean, in the sense,
Like friends, family, people in the industry?
I had very few friends in like the business as such, because I didn't really know anybody. If you don't work, how will you
Meet people, right? Yeah.
But my family, I have a lot of family here, so kind of that was a massive support for me. That at least if anything I need, then at least I can ask them. And like I lived with my bua for a really long time, and that I wouldn't have been able to do any of this if I didn't have that time, because like I couldn't afford rent. I had no job. Like so I'm really like eternally grateful to my family for that.
And was your family like your parents, were they supportive of you making this choice?
I mean, yeah. Like they've never stopped me from doing like what I want to do. Like I had no idea what I'm doing. I didn't know who to. I mean, I didn't even know who to talk to. Like it was that blank. Also, the fact that I was still confused if acting is something I could do. Like because no qualification, no real kind of like discovery of talent, in the sense like I didn't even know if I could do it or not. Like
You hadn't proved yourself yet.
to
yourself.
I wasn't even like sure of myself, like if I can do it. Like and it wasn't even like anybody could tell me that I could do it, because nobody had seen me do anything. So it was like a really random 4 years where I was just trying to audition as much as I can, whatever it was, like ads and just anything, any random thing. Just went for every audition under the sun. Pun, like, and I mean under the sun, because like there are some auditions you have to wait really long for.
Yeah.
Like you're waiting for 4 hours in a line to say something like, wow. Like, for an ad.
Yeah.
And, like it was really frustrating, like, but then I think slowly, once I started doing theatre.
So theatre came in quite early.
Yeah, theatre came in quite early. Like, in the sense, it's not like I just got a part.
You did backstage.
I didn't do backstage actually. I got a little lucky because the first time I did theatre, an actor fell sick. And it was a very like 2-line part, and that's basic. And to be honest, that anybody could do that part. Like in the sense, I'm not like, but the fact that I just got to do that, that kind of like you get that thing. Ki, okay, you know what? I've done something. I can do it. They're not exactly unhappy with me. They told me it was funny. So okay, at least there's something there. And that's how it slowly started. And then, I was basically looking for any job I could get. I became an assistant director.
Who did you assist?
Mr. Aditya Chopra, Adi sir.
Oh wow, okay.
And that was my biggest learning experience.
So wait, what film was he doing at the time? Okay.
And that was my biggest learning experience. Like that, I had never been on a set, man. And to go straight to that was just like, it was very overwhelming for me. I was very scared. I didn't know how to do anything, man. Like,
What was your job on set?
I mean, pretty much like just all the running around, like all the logistical kind of situations, and whether it's the usual calling actors, costumes, all of that, like just handling things, the stuff that doesn't require too much brain power. Because I mean, I was new, right? So like,
that was your first film.
That was my first like
AD film.
AD film, only first and only.
Okay.
And being an AD is hard, man.
Yeah.
It's really hard.
Yeah, I've lost 10 kgs on every project I've worked on.
Being an AD is hard. Like I truly like I would struggle every day to just even understand, and I messed up a lot as well. Like I remember once I had to send. God, that was a bad day. I by mistake sent like an actor's shoes to Paris. And all I had
by mistake sent them
Bro, it was
wrong.
So there were
another
two shoes.
continent.
There were two shoes, and one had to go back to Paris.
Huh.
One had to just go 2 floors down. Guess what?
You sent it to Paris.
Both went back, way back to Paris, and
it was a continuity scene, right? I'm guessing if it's
thankfully it wasn't continuity.
Okay.
They needed it for the rehearsal, and I still had the rehearsal got delayed, and there was a bit of an issue.
You got yelled at?
Like mid shoot, so I got saved.
Okay.
Like I remember going to my first AD Shiv and just being like, "Yo, so
here's the thing.
you know the shoes? yeah, you have them, no?" I was like,
Blow dart.
"So we will have them back very soon. They've just gone for a little vacation. I'm so sorry."
Was he pissed off?
Yeah, man, he was pissed. But the thing is, I told him flat out, right? So what could he have said?
Yeah.
Like
No, but like communication is essential on set. Like I've had ADs who've like been working under me who panicked and been like, we can't tell it. They try fixing the situation. By the time they try fixing it, we're about to roll shot and something's missing.
Here's the thing, na. I was so new that I didn't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really do that. I couldn't fix it. How do I get these shoes back from Paris? On a company courier, how do I do this? Like, I don't even know how to do that. Like, it's like that. I mean, I learned a lot by the time we got into shoot and then mid-shoot. And by the end of it, like now, if I was an AD now,
You'd kill it.
I'd kill it. Like, by the end of that film, I learned everything. Like, in the sense, like, everything there is to learn to be on a set. And how a set runs and all of that. But it is hard. Like, it was a process for me too. Like, and luckily I had a team that really kind of taught me. Like they used to literally sit me down and this is how it happens. This is what you have to do. This is why we do this. So I was really lucky in that aspect, and that's why I was able to learn what I learned.
Okay.
And of course, Adisa, the way he shoots, and I just got a sense of how much work goes into making a film. Like we just watch it as one piece of.
No, I keep telling people it's hard to make even a bad film.
One piece of a word that I hate now is content.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's hard. It is hard.
Yeah.
Even to make anything, any film. But that's the reason I could produce music videos.
So how many years into your stint in Bombay did this AD gig come along?
I think 2.
2 years.
2 years.
And had you done a play by then?
Yes, one play.
Okay.
One play, but pretty much nothing else. Nothing else.
Fuck, that time must have felt like shit, right?
Yeah, if there's anything worse than shit. So, but yeah, then after that, like I became a TV host.
Yeah, I heard about this. Like, what's up with that, dude?
Bro, it was my first chance at making any money.
So your first paid, like, solid, like, gig was... And how did that, like, happen?
So we used to do YouTube comedy, my friend Preet and I.
And is it still online?
It's still there. It's called Jumbo Jats.
Okay.
It's still there. And we used to, like, do, like, fun parodies of English songs in Hindi. And we used to do that. And our pairing kind of got selected to host a show, prime time Star Plus kind of situation. A show called Dil Hai Hindustani, and we like I started hosting.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like and then we hosted another show, and we got good at it. Like in the sense, like I really enjoyed it.
So how long was this gig for?
Maybe over like we must have done 2 shows over 2 years.
So that must have been solid experience for you. Like
Yeah, man, that is hard.
Yeah.
You're in anything happens on stage, you have to be present all the time. You're shooting for like 14, 16 hours. You have an in-ear all the time. You know, just cueing you of this is happening. This person's walking right down. Like it used to be like turn around, Anushka Sharma's coming. What? like what? It's like like that. I remember the first episode we were actually on, like the first big episode we were on. Shah Rukh Khan was the guest, bro. I lost my mind.
You tell him my name rhymes with your name.
I wanted to tell him, I just froze, bro. I just froze. Like I was like, hi, I'm Taaruk. Like, hi, I'm Shah Rukh. Like,
So much material there.
yeah, you are. I was just like so mesmerized. I didn't even know where to look.
Today's auras only is like another vibe.
Bro,
Yeah.
different level. Like, I was just like, I was so blown away. And yeah, so I mean, you can imagine like that was the first time I couldn't make any money.
But you would have gotten also solid exposure through that, right? Because if you're on primetime TV, like,
Yeah. I wouldn't say solid, but the first of it. Like the first of any exposure. I mean, people saw me for the first time. Like a wide range of people. So yeah, that really helped. And to be honest, that kind of got my fears out of anything. Like TV hosting, bro, then you're not conscious at all after that.
yeah.
You're just, because you're yourself, right? And you
Yeah.
have like, so like how GECs are shot like that. There's like 27 cameras rolling at one point. There is no part of your body that's not being recorded, bro. You can't hide anything. Once you do that, then then you're a lot calmer about a normal 2 camera setup.
And between that and you did a show on MX Player. right?
Yes.
Between that and that, what was the...
So
like,
right
what
after
happened?
that, I did Aladdin. I auditioned for Aladdin for a really long time. It was a tough audition. The whole world auditioned for it. Somehow I got it. I don't even know how. I had the worst audition on the planet. I forgot everything. I sang badly. I don't know how it happened. But they said that your personality is very Aladdin-like. So yeah, I was like, you. I was like, great, whatever works for you. And that happened, and then I did my first show for MX. And that was my first show.
Yeah.
A good part, big part, and all of that. And that was, that was a big deal for me. And then slowly and steadily, like, work started coming, and
Then Mismatched happened.
then Mismatched happened. Once Mismatched happened, I had no idea that it's going to be as big as it was. Like, I mean, and I had no idea I could play that character.
Dude, all my friends who've seen Mismatched, they're like, you have to get the guy in a wheelchair on your show.
Yeah, man.
They love what an asshole you are on camera.
Yeah, dude, I was really
Like, your character has like the negative, charismatic, anti-hero vibe about it.
when I saw it, I was like, bro, why am I this bad? Like,
What do you mean bad? Like,
in the sense-
personality-wise?
Yeah, like a bad guy. I'm like, what happened, bro? Like,
But your performance is literally limited to here.
yeah.
With that.
I mean, not always. Like, there are scenes where
I know you had a shirtless scene where you dehydrated yourself.
Yes.
Taaruk wanted to look veiny.
I did though. But there were scenes where he had to kind of do his, please come back to me. Hi.
So we're joined by our second guest today, Cooper Das.
Yes. Okay, so basically,
Yeah.
okay,
Abhinav promised me, he's like, no other guest can have the dog with him.
dude, tell Abhinav that life is not fair.
10 seconds later.
Dude, I was exhausted. There's a scene where I fall off the wheelchair and I have to get back up on it.
Isn't that in season 1?
Season 1,
Yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
We did that maybe 6 or 7 times, and dude, I was exhausted. I was like, we take everything we have for granted.
Yeah.
There are people who live with this every day. And we're worrying about what car we buy and what, house we live in and how we look cool in front of our friends. It's nothing meaningless, bro.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It is so petty and small in front of this. And it was kind of like therapy for me, bro. Like the angry scenes. Like I was just angry all the time. But I was feeling a lot lighter, even though it was just a scene.
Yeah.
Right. I used to just lash out at someone in the middle of, during a scene, and I used to be like,
I feel better.
That felt good. And Akash had given me like a license to go wild. So I did. That character for me is like, it's one of the toughest things to kind of think about, to approach. And it's also a very sensitive thing. You don't want to get it wrong.
Correct. Yeah.
You don't want to disrespect it.
Of course.
Even unintentionally.
Yeah. I mean, without doing your own due diligence and research, it is disrespectful because you are representing a certain sect of society.
Yeah. And, it wasn't about, it may be a teen drama, but this is a serious issue.
Yeah.
It's a serious issue that we don't have enough ramps. It is a serious issue that if anybody is differently abled, they can't go to half the places. That it is a serious issue.
And I mean, India does not have...
Yeah, infrastructure-wise, we really need to improve.
Correct.
And, and there are people who suffer because of this, and a lot of them. So, that is something that I'm glad that was addressed in the show. So, then Mismatched happened, then I had a song in season 1 also. It was just, it was called Main Chala. It was actually my own theme. Oh, imagine.
Does it play through the episode, or is it like...
It plays when you see me.
For the first time in episode 1?
Many times.
Okay. It's like your...
theme, yeah.
Okay.
And then that happened, and then season 2 happened, and, between season 1 and 2, Sharma Ji Namkeen happened, which was also like a...
Yeah, Rishi Kapoor.
Yeah, man, that was surreal, like, in the sense, it's incredibly sad that we lost him. But, for me, I just couldn't believe that I got that chance to work with him. I still feel so lucky that I got that chance to work with him. And dude, I've never seen a person perform like that at a drop of a hat. That's what you call experience. It was just amazing. Amazing. And then when he passed away, and Paresh ji decided to step in, that was also I couldn't believe that was happening. I couldn't believe that a film is being completed like that. That's like a 1 in a million.
Yeah, it never happens.
Never happens. I've never seen anything like it. And
it does happen, but not like in this kind of way.
Yeah.
Like when Madhubala passed away in Mughal Azam, they did use a body double.
Yeah. All the producers, the audience also supported it. Everybody supported it. As a tribute to him, and that was just like a life-changing kind of experience for me.
Yeah.
So I was incredibly lucky that I got to be a part of his last film and everything in that. And I got to work with Rishi Kapoor, Paresh Rawal, Juhi Chawla. I was just what? I was where am I? How have I reached this place where all these people are in the same room?
Music and acting, the one similarity in the two of them is that you do get better the more you do it.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely. And I know for a fact that all my songs aren't going to be liked by everyone.
Yeah.
It's never like that. You can't just... I have to make a bad song someday to make a good one.
Another day, yeah.
I have to learn from something.
Correct.
I'm not some maestro.
Yeah, and
I'm also
and that's learning from rejection, right?
Yeah.
Because rejection is a huge part of the creative world. You will get rejected a million times before you get appreciated once, right?
Definitely. For everyone who's getting rejected by girls, just try auditioning, man. I must have done 10 things, okay?
That you got casted in.
10, 15 things, whatever. I must have auditioned for 800. Like, what is that strike rate?
Yeah. That's why you're a part-time nymphomaniac. You're more successful than
that. Sure. Rejection to me now is just like a conversation that's ended.
Yeah.
That's
But
all.
was it hard in the early days of your auditions, Rejection?
Yeah, man. Like, it was super hard. Like, I didn't know how to digest it. Only when I started going for like 15 auditions a week. But I got numb. I got so thick-skinned that like, I was like, ठीक है यार, मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा, नहीं मिलेगा. Like, because I realized people are just going to make more things.
Yeah.
And you know, for an actor to get a part, a lot of things have to fall in place. It's not just one good actor.
Yeah.
You have to look the part. You have to be there on a good day. Everything has to kind of fit in around you. You have to be sort of like the character. You have to give a great audition. You know, the thing has to go on floor. The thing has to be shot. The thing has to be watched.
The thing has to get released.
The thing has to get released, man.
So many things you do that don't get released.
Yeah, dude. So there's so many things that have to fall into place for one part for an actor to happen. And you don't have control of most of it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have control of most of it. And like, you know, for me, it's like every chance I get, I'm not getting chances out of
thin air.
Nobody's giving me anything, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody's giving
I mean,
me.
you don't have a background in films.
Yeah, there are no handouts here.
Yeah.
So, even though, yeah, sure, I got rejected, fine, over to the next one, every little chance I get is a massive deal for me.
Yeah.
Because that kind of cements my next chance. I really feel that, you know, if I do something bad, I might not get the same kind of work. I might not, maybe I go down a level. Like, there are fears like that. I'm not saying, it might not happen, it might happen. Like, there's a chance. Nobody's coming to save me. So, I know that. So, you know, it's, I mean, I still take it as, like, whatever I get is fine. Whether, you know, you do some things out of passion, you do some things out, like, you need money, you need to pay rent. It's a real
It's a job
thing.
at the end of the day.
It's a very real thing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't be such a purist that no, I'm not going to do this. This is not my cinema. I don't have these conversations. I live in the real world. I'm not. I wish I was a rich kid. I so wish, but I'm not. So, you know, like, I have to do what I have to do. You might see me down the line doing something that I don't even suit, or maybe something that's really bad. But that did something for me.
Yeah.
It might have not done anything for you, but it did something for me.
You paid your bills.
Paid my bills.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, people are, the passion is there, but it's a career as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you stay motivated though? Like, you probably have weeks where, like, you may not even get called for an audition. Like, how do people, like, how do actors and, like, I mean, how do you deal with it? Like,
Bro,
do you go into negative space?
Small things, yeah, bro, of course. Negative space is like,
Second nature.
yeah, 100%. But like, small things help me. Like, I'm a lot better now than I was 5 years ago, right? Like, in terms of.
But that's some career-wise where you are.
Yeah, some people actually know I exist.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a massive change. I don't have to wait in line for 2 hours in the sun to give like a soap audition. Okay, like, I don't have to do that anymore. It's a massive change for me. Like, you know, so these are small things that do keep me motivated.
Yeah.
Or even if someone just says something to me that, dude, I love your song. I'm there. I'm done. Like, I'll be good for a week if that happens.
Yeah.
Of course, you get hungry for validation, man. Like, because you do this for other people to watch.
Yeah.
You don't do this you don't build a model ship inside your garage.
But were you always like that, or did this need for validation come in because you became an actor?
No, the need for validation came in because I wasn't getting it from myself.
Okay.
Like, because I was so unsure, like, you know, if I had dreamt of being an actor since I was a kid, then I would probably believe in myself a lot more than I did. But I didn't. So I didn't have that belief in myself. So I had to get it from other people.
Yeah.
And I had to try my hand and see. Like, I was prepared to be like do something and people telling me that, you're not meant for this and quit. Like I would have been, like I wouldn't have fought back.
Yeah.
I don't think I was at a stage of fighting back. It was a very open thing, like let me see what happens. And then that was positive, so it kept me. I was like, okay, that was plenty motivation for me, because I expected nothing out of it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, if I don't suck, I can be better.
Yeah.
That I can be sure of. I like, there's always going to be someone more talented than you. There's going to be someone who can do all the things you do and backflip at the same time, bro.
Yeah.
The only thing you can control is how hard you work towards that. Like how easy you are to work with, how hard you work towards it, how much you try. And I honestly believe that if you try hard enough, you might not reach where you want to, but you can't fail.
Yeah.
Like you might not get your most favorable outcome every single time, but you're not going to get nothing.
Yeah.
And it's a really insecure, cutthroat profession, which, thankfully I've actually found a lot of friends that I deeply care for, and I feel the same from them as well. And I would wish nothing else for them to be the most successful people on the planet.
Yeah, speaking about your friends, I heard you stalk people's Instagram number, Spotify listens in a month.
Oh yeah, man. Because I'll tell you, because I went through that. Okay, I went through how to, I also figured it out on the go. How to kind of promote your song, how to make the most of it. Don't sleep on it.
Yeah.
Try as hard as you can. Post that story. Don't have shame. Beg people to listen to your music. It's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, man. You're doing something.
You're doing your job.
You're doing your job.
Yeah.
Don't be like, what will they think of me? They think nothing of you anyway. You're not even relevant to them. Now maybe you have something. I do, for my friends who are trying to do the same thing. And so I just keep track of them, in the sense, if they're not doing what
they should be.
I'd want them to reach their maximum, at least, output of that thing, because it is something that's doable. It's not something that's difficult. It's not something that you need a skill on.
Yeah.
This is very normal.
Yeah.
Message those people, post on Instagram, just do whatever you have to. This is work. Everybody understands that it's work. Only we think we're so significant and so important that, oh, what will they think of me?
Yeah.
We're nothing. Come on. You really think that?
Literally, if you live or die today, it's only going to affect not even 0.001% of the world. And you're a strong believer in karma as well.
Me?
Yeah.
No chance. No, man. I honestly don't have the bandwidth for all of that. I'm not philosophical. I'm not spiritual. I'm not. My life hasn't allowed me to be. Okay, I try my hardest to be a good person. And sometimes I'm successful and sometimes I'm not.
But has there ever been a point where you wanted to quit this line of work and go back to college and finish what you were doing? Or
quit? No. I didn't have an option. I was too deep into it. I don't even think about it.
Never.
Can't do anything. I can't do anything other than this now. I'm too deep into it.
But never in the last 9 years.
I thought I was going to quit music at one point, which was the worst part of my time.
Why did you want to quit, and
because
how did you get out of it?
My music wasn't releasing.
Okay.
And that really kind of took a toll on me. And, the music business is hard. You have labels and you have independents. Sometimes labels work wonders, sometimes it doesn't. It's both sides. There are positives and negatives to it.
So the songs were ready. The label had
everything.
them.
I had done my part. I'd done everything. It's just the business is very different. It's a very different kind of zone in which that works. It's completely making music and releasing music is a whole different ballgame. So that time, because it had been so long, that I had a song out. But then again, that we got over that somehow. Don't even remember how. But oh yeah. So yeah. So I did have a thought about it. It's not like
Not like a solid decision that more.
no, I couldn't make a decision.
Yeah.
It was too early to make a decision. It's too early for me to quit. Like maybe if I'm maybe 20 years down the line, if I'm making shit music and visibly the whole world is telling me stop it, then I'll probably be like, okay, maybe I'll try something new, or maybe but yeah, I can't quit like that. That's no reason to quit. You might feel bad about it, might feel underconfident, but quitting is like the last step, right?
Yeah. So what kind of advice should you give to like people who want to be actors and singers? Like, how do you get yourself out there? How do you, where do you start? Where does the grind start? How does it start?
Dude, now there are so many ways to get out there. Like at the time I came, Instagram wasn't Instagram like today. Like it wasn't reels and content creators, and it wasn't like this whole thing where
just photos back then.
Yeah, it was just photos, man.
Yeah.
And it was just like wasn't a part of our lives like it is now.
Yeah.
Like you can sit at home and make content, man. Like you can sit at home and get famous. So, I mean, you have to try one way or another. Of course, you have to do the whole thing, man. You just don't have to be lazy. That's the main thing. You can't be lazy. And I've done a lot of laziness. And that's the only part that doesn't give you anything back. Like, you have to put in the work and you have to kind of go for every audition. You have to be out there. See, the thing is, if you give 20 auditions, then 5 casting directors know you exist, so they'll call you for the next one. Until you do that, you can't really you're not going to put your face on a billboard, call me. ये थोड़ी करने वाले हो आप. ऐसे मतलब you'll have to be out there, people have to know you exist. That's the hardest part. That initial part is the hardest part, to get out there. People to know you exist, for people to actually know that they can call you. So you have to make the rounds. If you have connections, please use them.
And don't be embarrassed about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, don't be embarrassed about it, because some people don't. I don't. I didn't have them. I didn't use them. If you have them, please use them. I mean, it's not like it's going to be easy still.
Yeah.
I don't think anything bad comes out of any audition. Unless it's a really bad audition that you've given.
Yeah.
If it's a good audition, even if you're not getting that part and somebody's already going to get that part, however that may be, nothing good can be ignored.
Yeah.
You might just be called for the next one.
Yeah.
Fine.
Fair, dude. 5 films/web series you would recommend to people to watch, for people to watch?
Succession. Please watch. There's a film on Netflix called Athena. Please watch. Best show in the world called Mismatched. Please watch. And if this is a very, very iconic film, but if you haven't seen it, and probably the young people might have, I know they haven't seen it. Like, come on. Life is Beautiful. Please watch. Oh yeah, I did say Mismatched. So then, okay, another film, then I think...
like something that maybe has really impacted you.
Yeah, so Life is Beautiful really impacted.
Yeah.
And I think the other film that really kind of impacted me was, I mean, it's funny, like, guys watch Pink Panther. It's great.
It's like the Peter Sellers ones.
Either. Dude, I honestly, I get that Peter Sellers was the first person, like, for OG Pink Panther, but Steve Martin is also amazing.
Yeah, he's
amazing. He's a legend in his, like, he's a
legend.
Yeah. So yeah, I think for a great laugh, I think the first time you watch Pink Panther is just, it's so funny. It's so funny. Like, obviously the second time it gets okay, or like the first time you see that guy, oh man, it is too funny. But yeah.
Great bunch of recommendations, dude.
Yeah, very random mix.
Yeah, like you just went for it. Like people want to think about it. They're like, wait, I need to sound intellectual about this. I need to plan.
नहीं but bro, this is like all stuff that, like, in the sense, एक तो मैंने apply दे दिया है, वो तो पता ही है ना, मतलब कि that's not a recommendation. I'm just forcing you guys to watch this show.
It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen it already, which you probably have,
just watch it.
Because you're watching Taaruk's episode, you're here because you've seen Mismatched.
Yeah, I guess.
Or
watch
his
it
music.
No, yeah, and Life is Beautiful is just, bro, one of the best films ever.
Yeah, the father-son relationship in that is...
Matlab, I can't even...
Yeah, even I wanted a fucking tank at the end of that movie. Like, I want a fucking tank.
Yeah. And Succession, I just think it's the best ensemble ever. Like, I've never seen like every actor be just the best. Like, so good. Yeah, and the rest is what it is. It's fun. Like Pink Panther's fun, man. Just if you haven't watched it, I mean, probably you would have watched it, but if you're young and you haven't watched it, please watch it. It's really funny.
Thank you guys for watching this episode. And please like, watch, subscribe, come back, whatever you need to do to promote me and Taaruk. Because
hey, like, subscribe, and share. What's your on Real Struggles?
A real struggle.
Real struggles.
That's how well he knows the show.
Again. No, because I got confused. Here? There.
That's yours.
Like, subscribe, and share to Real Strugglers and with Karan Arival.
And Taaruk Raina at Instagram and Spotify, and check out his monthly listens.
Check out my MySpace.
Your MySpace?
No.
And yeah, so Taaruk has to go now because he has a date. We know he's an infomaniac, so...
Bro.
I'm just plugging it in. This is your new brand.
कोई बात नहीं bro. वैसे भी Orkut पे मिले थे हम.